Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Fancy Football. My name is Philip Unugo, or you can call me Omorpheus. And with me today on the UEFA Champions League preview is Nonso Arinzechi. Nonso, good afternoon, and how are you? Or rather, good
Good
morning,
afternoon.
anyone, afternoon, morning. Oh,
Good afternoon to you. Pleasure to be here. It's nice to talk sports. Like I said, this is our show, and then, like you know how we do it. This is the Champions League round of 16, and we're looking at basically all the games that we're going down tonight. So and also tomorrow. So great stuff.
yeah, great stuff, and great day as well because the UEFA Champions League is back, and also an awesome weekend as well with a lot of goals being scored left, right, center from Arsenal. Manchester City drop point as well. We didn't really have time to talk about it, but this is the UEFA Champions League show on Fancy Football, and we will talk about the matches. It is PSV versus Dortmund. It is Inter Milan versus Atletico Madrid, and also it is Arsenal, the mighty, the powerful Arsenal versus FC Porto. I think Arsenal should be at home. I guess no, Arsenal should be away actually. Arsenal should be
Yeah,
away to Porto. Then finally, the other big match of the week in the UEFA Champions League is Napoli versus Barcelona. So we have
yeah.
two big matches. We have all the matches are all rounds are tough matches to when you look at them on paper. Um, from PSV to versus Dortmund, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, which that is a very tough match. Two very defensive sides that will be playing against each other. Let's see who we crack first as we talk about these two sides. Then Arsenal, FC Porto tomorrow, and Napoli versus Barcelona also tomorrow. Yeah, quickly let's go into PSV versus Dortmund. Also looking at this match, you have two sides that are really going that are really when you look at them, they are evenly matched. Like I will always say, one from the Dutch side, the other one from the German side. Um, if you look at the antecedents in the Champions League, Dortmund has been here and there, whereas for PSV they are also they are not really really perennial appearance in the Champions League. They don't really show up like that in the Champions League round of 16. But when they do, they give all their best. Uh, so tell us about these two sides and tell us how tactically they will approach this match.
First of all, for let's start off from and Dortmund. I think Dortmund we already know how they would set up already. There are like if I was there are no slouch. When you
Yeah,
talk about Champions League football, they are the bigger team in terms of Champions League football. Both teams have met three times in all competition. That one has won twice and then lost, and they drew one, meaning that they are by far the bigger team in this competition. They've got some players like Falkop, who's scoring goals, Nicolas, Jordan
yeah,
Sancho, Marco Reus, Nikolai Sule, the guy who played
yeah,
for Bayern Munich the year they won it. So they've got some experienced players in the team as well. So it's not as if, but the problem is they've been in recent times they flatter to deceive. If you're following the Bundesliga closely, they're dropping points where you expect them to be in. We thought they should be the team closest to Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, but unfortunately they haven't been. It has been Bayer Leverkusen leading the way, while Bayern Munich have been playing catch up. Also, you expected some of their big names to step up, apart from Jordan Sancho and Marco Reus. They seem to have to be look very ordinary at the back because in a lot of goals, and despite letting in majority of the games they do play, they get pegged back later on in games. So ahead of this one, they played a 1-0 draw last weekend. But like I said, if you're looking on paper, they are by far the better team, and they've got more experience. They should play their normal 4-3-3 formation, or maybe 3-4-3 formation, where they play their three-man defense and their wing backs. In that one, they've got some good. They lost some players like Guerrero, but I think they've got some good players to fill it, like Schocklerberg as well in the team. They've got Emre Can as well in that team. They've got a good spine, if you would ask me, with more or less more experience. But for PSV, like you said, there are no in Europe. They're not alien to European football. But being at this stage of the Champions League, it's been a while. They've been in this position, in the Champions League. They have struggled to get here. Even in the group stages, they were blown away by Arsenal. Remember, six goals
yeah.
to now at the Emirates Stadium. It was a mauling, the Bukayo Saka show. But they've got some good players as well. Who can hot, like first of all, knowing that they're playing at the Philips Stadion, all the way in the Netherlands. It's going to be a tough game. They've got Luke De Jong, That guy is a perennial Europa League winner when he was at the time at Sevilla. They've got a good goalkeeper. I think he was one of the better players when they played against Arsenal. Is it Benitez, if I'm not mistaken? So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far, so they look like a solid team that wants to play. Not really the team with so many big names. But we see in this year's Champions League that people can hurt you. They want to play attacking football. They got this African player. I can't remember his name now. Is it Boake or something? He's a left footer. He's a powerful left footer. I watched him against when he played for against Arsenal. They play expansive football. Maybe that's why Arsenal has rolled up on them at the Emirates Stadium. Yes, they play attacking football. They want to score goals, but they leave a lot of gaps at the back. And with the quality that Dortmund have got, you expect them to exploit these gaps and take due advantage of the mistake that this Dutch team would make. So far so good. Like you said, it's evenly matched on paper, but Dortmund has got the experience. They've got the like I said, the Champions League need to earn your dues. PSV has not been here in a very long time. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go here and get it beaten by Dortmund, despite Dortmund being far below par. And don't forget, like I always tell you, in the Champions League, teams are different. What your league form is different from the Champions League form. We've seen Liverpool steamroll into the Champions League final over and over again, despite at some point not even being in the race for the title. So it is what it is. I think Dortmund are well with, but let us like I always tell you, hold up. The same thing I said about Chelsea and Manchester City, where I said, come on, on paper it's Man City, but come on, it is Chelsea, and Chelsea loves the big game, and the big game loves Chelsea, and that's what happened on that day. Same thing with Dortmund. PSV too look like a potential banana peel because they play so well and they like to score lots of goals as well. But with Dortmund, we expect them to be more exposed, more organized, and not faced by this stage of the Champions League.
Okay, we'll see how that goes, and just keep your crystal ball shining. When we come to the prediction segment, then you tell us who you expect to win this match at the end of the day on the first leg, not on both ties, please, on the first leg. Quickly, let's go into let's. When I talk about the crystal ball, you always smile, man. Why do you always smile?
Because it's
I don't
always here.
understand.
The crystal
But
ball is always
that
here.
is what but that is what makes this show exciting because that is what
What can
makes
I
this
do
show
without the
exciting.
crystal ball?
What can we all do without the crystal ball?
Absolutely.
Okay, quickly, guys. Let's go into let's look at this the next match on the menu for today, which is these two sides are
Mm.
they are strong side, very defensive. If you look at them, one leading the Italian league, the other one is fourth in the La Liga. But
Yeah.
we know the antecedents of these two sides, and we know that they have two managers that are two brilliant managers. One of these two sides were runners up in the last champ. I would say they not only lost that final against Man City because
Yeah.
um to me Man City were the team to beat in that final. But when it comes to um uh, history in the Champions League, Inter were the team that should that whether they had players that have played in the final, but once a team has been in the final in the Champions League, that precedence will go with them.
Yeah.
They lost in that final, two or three close passes, noticeably from the big
Lukaku
man
especially.
Romelu Lukaku when he was there.
Absolutely.
Um, but that's what it is. And history has given chance to Pep and his boys to win the Champions League for the first time in their history and to do a treble as well. But looking at
Mm.
Inter, looking at Atletico Madrid, tactically, when you look at them, their setup, um, I think Inter for me, correct me if I'm wrong, Inter for me are very dangerous when you look at their setup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Atletico Madrid we can predict the way they set up
Yeah.
going forward. Yes, very, very defensive. Also have players that can hit you with the counter attack. But Inter are defensive, um, and also they can take you on one for one,
Mm.
player for player. If you look at them, look at
Absolutely.
where they are. They are leading the no wonder why they are leading this
The Serie
Italian
A.
Serie A. Yeah,
Yeah.
by a very far margin now. They've distanced themselves from Juventus.
The rest of the pack. Yeah.
So tell us tactically how this you expect these two sides to approach this game? And looking at player for player, man for man, where do you see the battle lies in this match itself?
I think in Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, we already know that also known as the San Siro, it's going to be one-way traffic for Inter Milan. They have no other choice than to attack. Playing at home in front of their fans, it will be suicidal in front of the fans. You know, they've got some crazy fans. I must tell you, I think one of the craziest fans in Italian football to go there and say they want to soak the pressure against a team that is going to be naturally defensive. For Inter Milan, we know they would set up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Yeah.
Always with two strikers, whether it is Marcos Thuram and Lautaro Martinez,
Yes.
whether it is Lautaro Martinez and Alexis Sanchez, whether it is Lautaro Martinez or Marco Arnautovic, the former Stoke City player, I think they would play with a two-man defense, a two-man attack, four-man midfield, and of course their four-man defense. You said they were quite a defensive team, but come on. In recent time, these guys have been blowing teams away. Last weekend it was a 4-0 victory. Last weekend they were scoring goals for fun. You would argue, this is not a defensive team, but come on. They don't really defend as much as you think. For a team who goes with two strikers, 4-4-2 formation, they don't normally in earlier, let's say the last 3-4 years, we're playing with a three-man defense, but they're now courageous. You know, they seem to be more adventurous under Filippo Inzaghi, and they are trying their best to, you know, give it a go. So for me, it's a 4-4-2 formation that is that been an out-and-out attack. Unfortunately, missing this man, Fretesi, who has been there with Fretesi, a particular midfielder who has always, you know, been a constant worry in the heart of any of their opponents. Yeah, he's missing from this one. Unfortunately, he will play no part in this example alongside them Achebe, one of their centre back partnership, whatever. You expect them with the quality of players they have on the bench to know to do the job. That's what they've been missing for some time now. And so despite them being missing, there's no problem. Like I said, 4-0 last weekend. It has to be attack and attack and attack. But Atletico Madrid, you don't really know what to expect, man. They are not a high-scoring team, to be sincere with you, under Diego Simeone. They have never been, and I think so far he remains the coach of the team, they would never be. It's not me very badly, but that is how they play. They try to snatch the wins at the scruff of the neck, or just snatch it at the death, you know. They like to play the pain game, like I love to call it. You know, hit you like a soccer punch where you least expect, and they run away with it. But is winning the game. Who cares how they do it? But I need to call it that last weekend they were also emphatic with their 5-0 victory. Marcos Llorente scored a brace alongside Angel Correa in that game. And the good thing is that they've got another man who's also in a good run of form. His name is Antoine Griezmann. And of course, Memphis Depay, the man who scored the fifth goal at the weekend. So the attacking team, if I put it that way, are scoring goals. They've got a very solid midfield. Whether it is with playing or is playing as centre back, because most of the past 2 weeks he's playing as centre back due to the injury worries they've got. They seem solid in midfield. They can hold their own. Koke, Saul Niguez, they look quite compact in midfield as well. So it will be, like I said, to me, I think it's going to be attack versus defense. I don't think Inter Milan want to defend at home. Atletico Madrid will be setting up in their normal 3-5-2 formation, where they'll be telling you, come break us down. Break us down if you can. Why and hoping to hit on the counter attack, and especially their set piece. They've been in the past 1 month, they've been very good on set free kicks, corner kicks. They seem to latch on all those kind of chances, and they're quite clinical with those kind of balls. So with Inter Milan need to watch it. Though they've got a very good goalkeeper who have been fantastic all season. You know, I can't praise him, and I did that during the preview show. I can't praise him. Jan Sommer, he's 34, but he looks like he's 24. I think he will get a game today because they will always want to launch the ball in the air. They want to put crosses in. They want to test his ability on the air. Some of them want to even push him. There'll be centre backs who want to, you know, harass him in the air. That is their go-to for goals. I feel like somebody will get a goal in this encounter. But it's now boiled down to the creative hands of Henrik Mkhitaryan of Inter Milan, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, to find a way to break this Atletico Madrid backline, because all they'll do is, you know, thank you very much. You can have the ball. So far, you can't break us down. And unfortunately for Atletico Madrid, there is no way go. All they need to do is take a good result at home. So, for example, let's see how we know they are scoring goals for form at the moment. In the bookmakers, I think not bookmakers anyway, the head-to-head in the past 3 games, both teams have won each and 1 draw. So, and they are both even. And Inter Milan seem to be the superior team because they've won the Champions League before. Atletico Madrid have been to 3 finals Though they've won the Europa League so many times with Diego Simeone, but the Champions League has eluded them. Could this be the season? Wait and see. But I think it's going to be defense versus attack. They will sit back, soak the pressure, and try to counter attack using the speed of Angel Correa, Alvaro Morata, Memphis Depay, and of course, Antoine Griezmann. We'll see where it takes them from there. By the time Milan, they want to break down that solid defense and so that Marcos Thuram and Lautaro Martinez can have a field day. So to me, I don't think it's going to be defense that's defense, because when you were introducing, I was like, wow, you said defense by defense. I said, oh, I just hope Simeone is not hearing you, because all he wants to do is attack in recent times. And wait and see how well
he knows. Me and you know that he knows how to defend as well. We know that
absolutely,
his team knows how to defend. Let's check out the start. Let's look at the start in the Italian Serie A. They can defend, they can attack. So
yeah,
I just think that we all of us know the Italian team. No matter how good in attacking an Italian team is, when it comes to defending, they never forget where their route is.
Absolutely.
They never forget. So that's just
it. Remind of the days of the Matarazzis, the days of the exactly. The strength has always been their backline, and even in recent time you have the Cellini and the Bonucci and the Bazzagli. So it's always their strength. But wait and see whether they will ditch their natural philosophy of defending and good. Because I look at the Atletico Madrid team. There's juice in there, absolute juice. They can exploit if they're playing in front of their home fans.
Yeah. Okay, quickly. Time is not on our side. Kindly subscribe to Fancy Football and always hit the notification bell for video updates once we upload or go live anytime. Quickly, the match we've all been waiting for. If you look at my title for this show, I said Arsenal can Arsenal prove the doubters wrong? Can Arsenal prove the doubters wrong? So it is all about, for me, this show is all about Arsenal and how they could really move on with things going forward. To be frank, a lot of puffing and buffing around Arsenal in recent times. They've scored a lot of goals recently. They've been the five-star team, 5-6 left, right, center.
Yeah.
Can we really see them in this match? Can we just say, because I don't want to talk about approach, because I know the approach will still be the same, and the way they will approach this match is but they'll quite, because they are playing away and they're playing away in Porto, they'll be a little bit cautious and defensive. But I still believe that 70% of the approach will still be the same thing. So take us through this match. Tell us where the battles will be won and where the battles will be lost in this match between FC Porto in Portugal versus Arsenal coming in from England and London precisely. Let me use that cachet to tell us how it will go.
Anyway, first of all, I think let's pay homage to our brother Seydou Sanusi, who picked up an anterior cruciate ligament and a lateral cruciate ligament at the weekend. He's out for a very long time. I picked that. Imagine him coming back to the team and they forced him to start the lineup, and they picked up that injury in 37 minutes. He's out of this game. The report says he's out for the rest of the season. Wait and see whether he can maybe make a return. If not, we'll see him next season after a beautiful African Cup of Nations. Big blow for Porto, because he's been he's been an attacking threat for them throughout the Champions League season. He's been one of their better players in the tournament, so it's going to be a big blow for Porto. But for Arsenal, it's a juicy news for them. Most of their players are returning back from injury. We hear that Fabio Vieira is back to full training. Thomas Partey as well is back to full training. The coach is trying to ease them into the team. So, and that's why you've not seen them in recent times. For Arsenal, we all know that, like you said, for the first time in their history, they scored back-to-back 5+ goals in consecutive games. Not even under Arsene Wenger did they do that.
In three games, not just one. In three games.
So we'll wait and see how this run can continue. So this spell bad for Porto, who in the Champions League has been topsy-turvy. Their record against English teams as well hasn't been friendly. Liverpool has been there. We know what happened. It's been spanking all through the while they played them there. When Man United went there, also, you know what happened. Don't forget the beautiful goal scored by Cristiano Ronaldo, the Puskas Award, long time ago, when he beat Helton for almost 40-50 yards. So English team has had a lot of joy at the Estrado de Dragao in Portugal, So And don't forget Arsenal as well. I was there at some point when Arsenal went there and spanked them as well after beating them 4-5. I think Arsenal record against Porto is impeccable, absolutely, absolutely heavenly. So they'll be licking their lips, finishing first on their table. Right now they are playing good football. Every player in the attacking lineup seems to be having a go at having a share of the goals. Alexander Trossard and Bukayo Saka. There's no Gabriel Jesus, but there's no problem. Kahavet also scored at the weekend. His fifth goal of the season. You also have this man coming from the bench as well and doing the Lord's work. So it doesn't matter who is starting, whether it's Trossard, whether it's Gabriel Martinelli, they seem to be scoring goals with reckless abandon. Declan Rice also is having his own fuel as well. And not forgetting the man, Captain Fantastic, the Norwegian, Martin Odegaard as well. So it's a proper, I think the form of the form of the team, they're in the right place. After the issues they've got before their little break they had when they dropped points in December. They've started the new year like a house on fire. They haven't dropped a single point. They are scoring goals for fun and heading into this Champions League game at the best time. So I feel sorry for Porto. Whether Porto want to play attacking football as always in their 4-3-3 formation, I haven't seen them change that formation in a very long time. They rely on the attack. They've got this young man. I think they've lost one of their keepers. They lost Luis Diaz. They lost Mediterranean. So I want to see how they would stand up in this game. They look like, to me, to be sincere with you, they look more like a less stronger team than they were last season. That's my opinion. So, and we saw that in the group stage as well. So for me, I think Arsenal should be heading to Porto with a beautiful formation, a beautiful style. Arsenal always played a 4-3-3 formation. They wouldn't change that for the world. Hopefully, we hear it's likely to be Kahabit again leading the line instead of Erin Ketia. I don't want to be Erin Ketia at the moment. When you see a midfielder taking your position in the starting lineup, you'll be asking the coach, "What am I doing? I'm the only fit striker. I'm not playing." There's something must be really wrong, and the coach must not really believe that I can get the job done. Absolutely. So, Kahabit will always start. He started, and the game started. Arsenal had an extra push in attack. The boy can track back and defend. The boy can attack as well. So, for me, it's looking only on the up for us now. More like a demolition, a mauling by this Arsenal team who have got, like I said, every player fit. I think the only player still out is Gabriel Jesus. A minor injury. Wait and see what I can return for next weekend. But he's been out for some time now. So, and no Gabriel Jesus, no problem. Zichenko also is having a kind of issue. We hear it's not really serious, but let's be sincere, Yakub Kiwo has come in and stood strong. Tobiaso as well is not far away from returning. So, Arsenal right now in a good place under Mikel Arteta, who is believing that at least the Odegaard, and he believes that Arsenal can still win the Premier League and the Champions League. These are dreams. And like I always tell you,
one step at a time for Arsenal. I know a lot of media hype out there for it.
No, if you don't dream, you can't win it. I love the fact they are dreaming.
If you don't dream, you can't win it. But one step at a time. It's all about one step at a time.
And I love the fact that they are staying humble. A lot of people, an attack came out to them when they won the game against Liverpool. And I'm like, why do you celebrate in such a way? Did you just win the Champions League? Or did you just win the FA Cup? And I was like, boy, come on.
Boy, it is football. They can
celebrate.
Yes. They have to enjoy the moment. They have to enjoy the moment.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I love hearing this from you.
Yeah.
I love hearing this from you because I was got to my stomach when I had pundits like us talking down on their celebration, trying to pour water on their victory. To me, I don't think it was necessary. Come on, if Manchester had won the game, they would have been high praise for Pep Guardiola. Someone would have even written an epistle or maybe write a book on how good Guardiola is. And the team wins against Liverpool, who were high flying at that point in time, and you try to water it down and say, "Hey boys, get down the tunnel. You just want to lay. It's just 3 points. Come on, man. So for me, they should enjoy. See, football is about enjoying the moment. It could turn in split seconds. So while they are coasting, they should enjoy it. I feel sorry for Porto. I don't think they're in the right place to face Arsenal at the moment. And I tell you, it could be huge. Come the end of 90 minutes, and they started the Ragal tomorrow.
I think for me, the only advantage Porto have in this match because they are playing at home, and I don't really trust Arsenal when they play the UEFA Champions League at home a little bit. That's my opinion, Cha.
Away.
Yes, away from home. Sorry, I don't trust them away from home, and I think Porto will still have a little bit of edge. Maybe I won't make my prediction because I'm not entitled. I don't have the crystal ball with me, but I think it's slight advantage for FC Porto playing at home because of the way I feel. Maybe Arteta might prove me wrong. One of the doubters wrong as well.
Yeah.
But for me, I just think that Porto has a slight edge with the fans and with Arsenal's antecedents when it comes to playing away from home in the Champions League. Okay,
But if
finally,
you still
let's
bank on Arsenal's record at the Estadio de Dragao as well,
exactly
they've not
yes,
done bad.
that's all.
Exactly.
I think they have much when you look at the head-to-head against Portuguese side, they are
Yeah.
far better. Yes, they are far
They
better.
enjoy it. They enjoy playing Portuguese. Whether Benfica, whether it's Porto, they suffer the moment. Absolutely.
Exactly. So let's look at the last match of the day, and no other match would defeat the last match of the day with two sides that won their individual or their respective leagues last year. Napoli, after 30 years, brought the league back to the Maradona. The likes of Osimhen, Kvaratskhelia, Napolitano, and a host of other players that have played part in their success last season to bring back that league. And for FC Barcelona, we saw them. They were puffing, playing good football last year, and suddenly something happened. And this is what I think happened to Barcelona. See, I always tell teams that you see your home top is very important.
Very key.
It's very key when it comes to football. And to be frank, the Camp Nou was demolished last season, and it's part of their problem. Let's face the fact. The Camp Nou not playing the Camp Nou is part of their part of Barcelona's problem, and also recruitment. Financially, also they are not doing well
Yeah.
off the pitch as well. These are the problems the likes of Xavi Hernandez and the the president Joseph Laporta have
Joan
in
Laporte. Yeah.
Joan Laporte have in Barcelona, and that is why Xavi Hernandez is calling it quit at the end of
Great.
the season. Yes, he's calling it quit. He cannot continue no more. And also, he has been disrespected by some players, by some management staff. He's flying out here and there. He's telling us that he's not even being appreciated. So these are the problems Barcelona have. But not playing the Camp Nou is part of their problem too as well. That is affecting them. Home and or especially in home matches, teams are not scared anymore. They don't see the. You know how the Camp Nou look. Let me describe how the
It
Camp
can
Nou looks.
it can be
The Camp
it can
Nou,
be
Camp Nou
intimidating.
looks like a Colosseum. It looks like a Colosseum.
Yeah.
Not the Colosseum, the Roman Colosseum. When you get to
Yeah.
the center of the Roman Colosseum, you feel intimidated. And it's only few teams that will come to the Camp Nou that don't feel intimidated. And the Camp Nou is no more. It will be there maybe in the future to come, maybe in 3 years' time. Something much more, a very big edifice will be erected in that position, and Barcelona will come back to play. But I just think that is affecting them. But in this game, tell us how these two teams will approach this match. Napoli playing at home to a struggling Barcelona who are lying third in the Spanish La Liga. Napoli are struggling in sixth. Is it sixth or fifth or seventh in the Italian Serie
Yes.
A? Tell us how these two teams will approach this match.
It's very simple. First of all, let's us first say goodbye to Walter Mazzari, the third coach of Napoli this season. He's been fired, and I'm glad this man has taken over Calzona. How do you give a man a job 48 hours to a game against Barcelona? Anyway, I won't blame the Napoli hierarchy, but Mazzari has been terrible. How do you turn an attacking playing team to a defensive team? You want to play 3-man defense? They looked very beatable. At some point, I was like, I don't feel for him. I'm like, somebody say, I said, I don't feel for him. You know, I think the sack was good for Victor Osimhen. We are complaining that Victor Osimhen is the defensive striker in the Super Eagles, and this man would have turned him to that if he had joined Napoli. So I'm so happy with that. Exactly, I'm so happy with that sacking. But what does this man want to do with this team in less than 48 hours to a big game like this at the Armando Maradona Stadium? I think that's what they're playing right now. Let's look at Barcelona. I think Barcelona made a mistake. They thought that when they got Robert Lewandowski, they got a miracle worker. That his numbers was astronomical. He scores 40, 50 goals a season. And if he can get that amount of money, there will be no problem. Boy, oh boy, the boy is scoring goals. I must tell you, he scored twice too in the weekend in that 2-1 win against Celta Vigo. But boy, oh boy, the goals means almost nothing because Madrid has almost 8 points clear, 6 points adrift. Second place Girona, even though despite them dropping points at Rayo Vallecano. And Barcelona looks like they are a far breeze away, like in 8 or 8 points clear, despite them dropping points. So for me, Uh, I think the only good revelation, the really positive about Barcelona right now, you seems to be the 16-year-old boy Yamal Lamin, the left footer who seems to be becoming good for the team. Apart from them, there's a drop in level, a drop in standard by the whole team, from Pedri to Gavi to Sergio Roberto Araujo to Christensen Alonso to this man Jus Kuyonde. You know, there's been a massive drop. You know, Rafinha has been a disaster of a signing. They want him out of the club as soon as yesterday.
In short, there was news that the top two Saudi giants, Al Hilal and Nasri, yes,
I know I used to say something that Arsenal missed 2 bullets. One of them is Mikhailo Modric, and the other one is Rafinha. They missed 2 bullets. It was God who handed them closer.
You won't say they missed 2 bullets because they're not performing the other side. It's all about system. It's all about system.
I know if systems are bad. There are players who, even in bad system, you see, they will not be doing so well. You know, this is a system problem. But these guys are not even doing anything. I watch Barcelona games. Rafinha is way too. I don't want to blame. I suppose I was giving Rafinha the benefit of the doubt. That's not the system. But when I watch him play, and Xavi has been trying to get the best of him, and it's not working. See, there are some players that, you know, when they get to the big stage, they falter. Maybe it's just good for the Leeds United. We'll see that. I don't want to call this some names that for example trace some straight bullets. They go to Man United. They go to Barcelona. It is not working. It's not working.
The club is not.
They don't understand. They can't play at the big league. But you take them back to Leeds United or West Ham where they are demigods. And they become the king of the crop. They play football like the football, their life depends on it. That is what people are easily, you know, put back by the bigness of other players. Because some play with bigger players and it complements their game. People are different. So for me, for Barcelona, I think they've got a structural plan. We have viewed that out already. We already know that. Right now, they're in a very bad place. See, the best time for Napoli to play Barcelona is now. The best time for Barcelona to play Napoli is now. Both teams are struggling. You know, I think it will come down to who wants it more. I listened to the coach of Napoli and it was like, oh, Victor Osimhen may only, that's talking about the former coach, Mazari, sorry. He said Victor Osimhen may only play 15 minutes. He's still have to only play maybe 15 minutes on his account. And I said, wow, to me that is gibberish. Play your best players, give the boy a rest in the weekend. After all, you are 7th in the Serie A, and it means almost absolutely nothing to you. Play your best. It is the competition Napoli can win this season. So why not play Victor Osimhen, give him a 90-minute run out, and then rest him on the weekend and play Juice. When I play Giacomo Raspadori, or you play Giovanni Simeone, or you play Juste, just play somebody else. There are other strikers in the team. After he has not been playing, he went for the African competition. But you need him. See, if anything good for Napoli has to come out from this game at the Armando Maradona, then Osimhen has to future. We saw him watch it from the stand, and it was almost like he should put on the jersey and play the 1-0 draw last weekend against Genoa. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So they need to play their best players. We saw Kabicha Krastavilla, we saw Politano. They couldn't understand. There's no understanding with them and Giovanni Simeone to when Carl Justo came in. So for me, play with Rastavilla. They have a bromance, and also Politano, Labovka, and get out of that system that is not working. That 3-man defense Napoli has not played that. The last time they played was when Montamazarani was the coach in those days. When there was Edison Cavani, when there was Ezekiel Lavezzi, when there was Pastore. That was when they played that style. It has never been their way. Never. Under Spalletti, under their glory days. If they play a 4-2 formation where they have a solid backline. I know they had lost Kim Jin-Yi to Bayern Munich, but they've got Juan Jesus. They've got some players who can play in that backline. All you need to do is, create a screen behind them with Zambongisa, Labotka, and not forgetting this other guy. Labotka will hear moved to Inter Milan at the end of the season. They're losing their blessed players. Labotka will leave at the end of the season. And then you have Zielinski leaving at the end of the season. And you have Labotka. Zielinski is going to Inter Milan, imagine. So you are losing your best player to your rival. So by the time you play this 3-man defense, this 3-man strong midfield behind the back four, they allow you tell Kavisha, you tell Politano, you tell Osimhen to do their thing. Those guys, they when you put them in the pitch of play, all you get is goals. So I don't know what the coach is thinking. I don't know what the new coach will be thinking, but I think for him to do so well in this game, Victor Osimhen must play. For Barcelona, like I said, I don't know which team will turn up. Whether it's a team that lost 5-4 to to Villarreal, or the team that lost 5-4 to. You know, they keep losing games you expect them to, especially like the Luis Campagna to them in Barcelona. I want to agree with you that they are missing the Camp Nou.
Or even
I
the
want
team
to
that won 2-1. We don't even know the team that will turn up. Even the team that won 2-1 as well.
But they had to wait to the dying minute and to score a penalty under Lewandowski. And it has to be Lewandowski. When Lewandowski does not score, they struggle. If it's not Lewandowski, it's Yamal Lamine. But I ask myself, you want to gas that boy out? It's just the boy is barely 17. Barely 17, 18. Or why do you want to be play the ball every other game of the week? Abba. So for me, if you start see, Arsenal did that with Jack Wilshere, we know how it ended. Barcelona did that with Gavi. Gavi got injured a long 6 months. They did that with Pedri. Pedri also got injured. These are kids for crying out loud. They need their balls to grow. Ease them in. Be like,
well, this is no, so let's put aside kids. This is football. If you're old enough, you're young.
I say that a lot. But you need to ease them in. You don't throw them into the deep end. And, okay, like you take a small child who's learning how to swim. I say, I go and swim in the deep side. Go to the deep side. You start from small now. You drift from the shallow side. You start swimming and be going. Look at how Arsenal eased the Fabregas. Fabregas' career was one of the sweetest career for every youngster. For a youngster who came out like that. Berger did not just say, stop. No, used his sense. So he played it with the Invisibles. Giving him minutes. You know, playing 5 minutes today, 20 minutes tomorrow, 30 minutes. It was improving. He was increasing it until he became the captain of the team. So
but one thing you should know, what we see in modern day football is quite more different than what we've seen in the 90s.
That is why we're getting so many injuries for younger players. Yeah, that is why we have so many injuries for younger players across the whole Europe.
How many players? Tell me in the world of football, how many players have played for over 22 years of their career?
That's few nowadays. That's what I'm saying now. Because of management.
From the Ryan Giggs to
Zlatan Ibrahimovic,
to Cristiano Ronaldo,
to the Maldini, to the Nesta, to the Van der Sar.
These are just few players that have played for the span of 22 years in their career. Said at the age of 16, some of them 19. There are a few players that can see in modern day football. Because see, things happen quickly at a fast pace.
That is why I said if you see,
and once you are 17, and you can kick the ball. If you are 17, you can kick the ball. Then you are old enough to do that on the pitch.
Let me tell you, there are more games now in modern day football than it was in those days. This is just one thing we need to look out for. Two, there are more younger players playing more minutes than they used to in those days. In those days, you see Fabregas was picking the ball from Patrick Vieira for Edu. He will go and pick the ball from there. He was understanding those boys. He practically learned from the best. Let me go back to Messi. Messi not just enter the starting lineup like that. Even though he was blistering. Then is that in until 17, 18, they unleash the boy. You can't just unleash a 16-year-old boy, Yamal Lamine, every other day. Your 16-year-old boy is your best player. The same as I did for Bukayo Saka. At a point, last season, the guy went dry and gassed out, struggling for breath, struggling for form. Thank God that he's coming back gradually again. And right now, he's the youngest ever player to score 50 goals for Arsenal in the history of the club. Now the boy will keep playing. He's just 22. He has played over 200 games. 20. He just is it 22? Is it 20? I'm not mistaken. Or 21. He has played over 200 games. That's what some people who are 30 have played. He keeps on playing. More matches, more game time, more minutes. I'm not saying that if you're not grown up, you should not play. But see, allow them grow. The body is body system. The bones they grow naturally with age. As well as in those days, do you hear a 17-year-old boy going for 6 month injury? Or 8 months? You'll be surprised. Well, is it not 17? Why is he going for that injury as much as that time? Because nowadays, you see a 6-year-old boy playing a game every 4 days. Sometimes every 3 days. But that's what modern football is anyway. And that's why we need to that's why the coaches are called managers.
I understand you.
They are managers. Their job is to see. That's why you have over 30 players in your squad. We know you want to win every game, but at least if you can have 24 players of high quality, then you don't have to play a 16-year-old boy every other day. You know, I was complaining for Arsenal. I said Arsenal would not win it last year. They were like, no, they are on fire. I said, no. When your best player is a teenager, your best player is a teenager. You are working on it. If you just Saka will not score, Saka will not.
You want to use the old. I usually mean that Remember, somebody made that he said that phrase. I know it won't happen. In 2006, in 1996, when United won the
Yeah.
league, somebody made that phrase. I wish I could remember. That you don't win anything with kids. Are you telling me that in modern day football you don't win anything with kids?
You don't win anything with kids. Look at the Madrid that won the Champions League. You see how old they are, 30. You will not notice him because they play good football. Kawaka is in his 30s. What's this guy? The centre back, Diaz as well. Okay, Diaz is 20 something, 27, 28. Look at the left back. Look at the midfield, Rodri. These are old men who have played football for at least more than 10 years. You don't win things with kids now. You don't see, look at the World Cup. Oh, you say Mbappe was young, but look at who was those behind him. Giroud, Antoine Griezmann. Are you hearing the names now?
Yeah.
These are old men. Look at the defense. Lloris was almost 35. This is what you want. You want matured men. See, I'm not saying there are no places for young players to get into the team. You can have one or two, but you can't have rookies at your first level. Are you? Is it? See, I keep saying the World Cup is not a learning curve. The Championship is not a learning curve. The Premier League, unfortunately, it's not as easy as other leagues. It's brutal for kids. If you are bringing a kid in, you expect. Let me now go before I wrap up. Let me go back to what Giltucci said some days ago. He said when he had his first cap for us now, he went to the office of Arsene Wenger. I went to ask Arsene Wenger, how was my performance in my first cap as a young boy? No, Arsene Wenger told him, he called him, he said, come, did you enjoy yourself? He said, yes. Did you play to your whole ability? He said, yes. Did you give 120% of the pitch of play? He said, yes. He said, then don't worry. That's all I wanted from you. Leave the result to the other players in the team. Leave the result for the other players in the team to go and get. Your job is to do what I asked to do. If you have done this as a youngster, I'm happy with you. Leave the result for the Patrick Vieira's, for the Thierry Henry. Is that what the coach was telling Gay Clichy, who was a teenager at that age? How many coaches will tell that to Bukayo Saka now? Saka, all I want from you is hope you kept or Yamin Laman. All I want from you is hope you played your best. The day the man has not stand up, he will drop him to the bench again. It's modern day football. It's what we've got. And that's why the coaches have to learn how to manage players so they can get the players at their optimum. That is what I want. Like if I'm the coach for Osimhen today, sit the boy on the bench next Saturday, play him, give him the 90 minutes today. Because Osimhen's only been there is a threat to any team. The fact that he's African Player of the Year, he's in the top 5 Ballon d'Or. He's the most sought after striker right now in European football. He needs to be there for the sake of Osimhen. So for Napoli, Barcelona, the same way Barcelona are relying on Lewandowski, the fact that he brings that fear factor. Oh, it's Lewandowski. Those might the guys in his 30s. So that's what Osimhen was. He's very young. And his numbers in recent time is astronomical. So for me, it's a boil down to it's a fight of a living Xavi and a new coach in Napoli, a fight of Victor Osimhen versus Lewandowski, a fight of two teams in a bad place. Maybe Barcelona could use Napoli to restart their season, or Napoli could use Barcelona to restart their season. But I tell you, it's going to be a good game because I tell you, both teams are in the same level right now. We should expect a great game at the Estadio Maradona come tomorrow evening.
Okay, the Sport Bishop, thank you so much for this. How would I say, seamless analysis on this match. Sorry, seamless analysis on these matches that we have in UEFA Champions League. Now coming to the real time when the crystal ball will shine and glow. Are you prepared for that?
This is the part of the show I love. I just gave a side eye to my crystal ball, and he has given me some go ahead. Yes, I'm ready. Absolutely.
Okay. Quickly, in 1 minute, let's do this prediction in 1 minute.
Okay.
PSG versus Dortmund.
Dortmund to get a draw. I think to end. Come on, Dortmund to win by 2-1 away from home. They will get just enough to sneak it.
Inter versus Atletico Madrid.
I see a 2-2 draw at the San Siro.
Porto versus Arsenal.
I'm sorry for FC Porto, but FC Porto 1, Arsenal 3.
And finally, Napoli versus Barcelona.
Napoli will just edge this one by 2-1.
Okay.
It will not be convinced, you know. but
I'll
they'll
hold
just
you.
edit
I'll hold
it.
you.
I play
I'll
at
hold
home.
you by your. I'll hold you by your words on Thursday when we look at the review show. The review show for on
Absolutely,
Thursday we'll have, yes.
absolutely,
Be here on
absolutely.
Thursday to look at the review show. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching Fantasy Football on our European Champions League preview show. Do stay with us, guys. Um, just stay with us. Let's see what will really happen going into this weekend of matches, and also watch our transfer show, our daily transfer show. Sorry, it's not coming today, but let's see what will happen tomorrow. We'll have our daily transfer show tomorrow. So thank you so much, the sport doctor or the sport bishop. Sorry. Uh, thank you so much, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for a pleasure to be here. Please do subscribe, like, keep sharing the videos. Let's grow. We're a family. Let's build this channel, man. Because, like I said,
Yeah,
you ain't seen anything yet. More to come from this channel. Absolutely.
more things will come from this channel. Thank you so much. And like I always say, thank you. Like I always say in Latin, gracias.